Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Correct, yeah. Okay, let's move on then to the Brooklyn Nets, Clint. The Brooklyn Nets last year finished 32-50. Let's go to your favorite move that the Brooklyn Nets made. Clint, what would you say is your favorite move that they made?
Moving Bridges for the haul that they got. All
That's
those
fair.
picks that they needed to. Um, they're kind of stuck in the middle. They're not going anywhere. Bridges is a fine piece, but he's not a one. So being able to move him to a team that was desperate and to get what, four firsts and two or three pick swaps, you can't say no to that. So that's a good asset play moving forward, uh, clearing the decks and looking forward to the future.
Agreed, especially getting their picks back in because like that's the hardest part of some of these teams tanking. Um, or that should probably like the Clippers are a team that probably should blow it up, right? But they can't. They don't have any of their picks. I was listening, and we'll talk about the Clippers later, but the Nets aren't in that position anymore because they got some of their picks back, which I think is good. I also put Ben Simmons is back, baby, according to all the offseason news. I don't think we've ever heard that before.
Workout videos. Did I send you that one? I sent it to someone. I was like, "Oh, basketball season's here."
Yeah, that's right. We'll see how he does. I was a fan of his before, like the style of play he had, and then he let me down. So now I have to make fun of him. Least favorite move, Clint.
I just put down not moving their other pieces yet. They still have time to do that, but going into the season, like they kept Dorian Finney-Smith, Bogdanovich, Cam Thomas. Like I don't know, this team's going to be bad, so they can do that going forward. But just kind of maybe they've run the boat, had him too long with Dorian Finney-Smith, but holding on to some of these guys seems less optimal.
Yeah, actually, no lie, that's exactly what I had written down. Not movie Finney Smith, Johnson. They got Bogdanovich in the trade as well, a veteran that probably will be useful on some other veteran team that needs like a scoring off the bench. But I'm with you. Again, this is just something we had to find, right? Like be a little nitpicky on. Like the fact is we're criticizing you because the moves you didn't make. That's pretty good because you can make those moves later on as the season goes. But I'm with you on the Finney Smith though. I wonder what his value is now that you held on to him. Did they kind of diminish some of the players' values that they held on to for so long, like so many teams do at times?
Yeah, I think they overplayed that hand like 2 years ago because now with the second apron restrictions, the
Yeah,
teams that are going to want them can only do like dollar for dollar or what is it, 110% if
right.
you're a first apron team. Like you really uh, mash out a lot of teams that can't now trade for him, and you have to hope that some team trying to make the playoffs or has a lower seed then wants him, which is probably less likely due to his age and he's kind of diminished.
Yeah, the Lakers will trade for him, no doubt. Um, no, Bronny James will be in that trade. Biggest question for the Brooklyn Nets.
When do they pull the plug on everyone? Like, how far do we get? And they just they just blow it up. Like, you know, I think their over under was like in the like low 30s, or it was 19 and a half. I'm thinking of a different team. So I think everyone knows they're gonna if they keep this team together, they'll win more games. But when do they just decide? All right, we got our picks back. Let's go for Cooper Flag.
Yeah, that's what I kind of had to. When will they actually start tanking? How many more trades will they make? Like because that's where they're at. They need some sort of staple on their team that fans can get excited about. They don't have that on their roster now that they have their picks back, like you mentioned. When it's the point where they're going to shut down or trade away some of these pieces we talked about that have value for playoff teams or veteran teams that I think would really want them. Uh, Okay, any other points or questions you want to discuss?
I don't with the Nets.
No, not really. No more Ben Simmons. No, I'm just kidding.
That, I mean, it would be funny to if he came back and actually played decent to see what they would do.
Yeah, if you want more, if you're listening to this and you want more Ben Simmons talk, about 2 years ago, me and my friends did a podcast on predicting the Eastern Conference, and we literally spent about 45 minutes talking about Ben Simmons. So you can go listen to that, and it's actually pretty funny. We got some
And
kids
not much has changed.
No, not at all. Nothing has changed, actually. What's your prediction for the Nets?
No playoffs. This is a bottom 2 or 3 team in the East.
Yeah, I have them as a lottery team. Them and the Wizards are my 2 least teams fighting for that number 1 spot.
Quite a race.
Okay, here we go. Some hot takes, baby. Hot take central here. The New York Knicks, 50-32 last year. So let's get into the New York. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.